Guys, Keith Trades. Today is December 2nd, and a great way to start off the week. Pretty slow, choppy, weird market. I ended up going 3 for 3. I took one little loss on the PM, but it was just like a playing with profits, for fun trade because we saw a setup. But I'm going to go over today my highest win rate, my highest quality model. In this model, guys, it won 6 times in a row before it lost. I hover around an 80% win rate with this model. Again, back tested and proven on my live trading, obviously. But let's get right into it. Again, retrace and respect, right? For this model, again, you don't really need a whole lot of bias or a whole lot of understanding per se. If you can just find these 2 points, I'm pretty sure that you'll be profitable if you just can do this and execute consistently. So it's a 15 or 5 minute fair value gap is the number one thing, right? And what I call it is retrace and respect. Retrace and respect. Once we get the retrace and respect, I am looking for a entry point. I'm either looking for an inverse or a fair value gap in line with whether I'm long or short, right? So number one is going to be retrace and respect. We're looking for a 5 or 15 minute fair value gap to get traded back into. And then from there, I'm looking for my entry point, which is an inverse fair value gap or a fair value gap in line, right? Whether I'm long or short, a bullish fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, whether I'm long or short. And then targets, very simple. Internal, high or low is my scale break even. And then full TPs are, buy side point, my fault, not buy side, my fault. Liquidity points or whatnot. So this is the basis of my model. So our first trade of the day came from a 15-minute fair value gap off the open. Saw the buying, aggressive. So now I'm looking at a 15-minute fair value gap here, a 15-minute fair value gap here. I can go into the 5-minute and look for more. Oh, we had a 5-minute fair value up here, right? But again, I'm gonna go over my trade first. So our first trade, again, we caught the shorts here down to the 15 reprice, but that's not the point of the video, right? Close the 15-minute fair gap. Here is your retrace. We traded back into that. We've swept out this low. Now I am looking for what? A bullish point of entry or an inverse. Today we had both. Traded back into the 15. We inversed this bearish, so you could grab long on the candle close, or you could wait for what? A bullish fair value up to foreign in line with the bias. Again, you could either place your stop here or stop at the low. Also, respected once, respected twice. You could stay patient where we got our entry, which was this inverse here. So multiple points of entry, or bullish here. Plenty of times you catch entries. And again, obviously your price target would be what? Buy side high. We chose to play our trade tight, scaling break even here and getting the rest out break even. But what happens next after this? Let's go in and get on the 5-minute. What happens? We formed a 5-minute here. Did we respect cleanly? No. Forming the bullish off the 5-minute. Here could be your point of entry. Target. Internal high. High on the day. What about that? Or what about my PM trade, my PM short trade? It works on the short side as well. What do we see here? 5-minute fair value gap. Come on, the 1-minute. We trade back into the 5-minute fair value up here. Do we form an inverse for any bearish point of entry? We don't. So let's say it sold off. That would be no trade. But we ended up getting it. So again, this is the trade I took in the PM. Plenty of points of entry. Small inverse here. I would have stayed a bit more patient. Inverse here as well. Nothing crazy though. So what did I do? I took the bullish instead. My fault, not bullish, bearish. Short here. Stop here. Again, what would my target be? Internal low scale break even. Full PT was this low here for me, which was to draw back into a 15-minute fair value gap. See that? 5-minute fair gap. Retrace. Respect it. Point of entry. Inverse. Bearish. Continuation. Right? Here. Taps into the 15. Inverse. Inverse. Bullish. Bullish. Retrace. Respects, point of entry, targets, very simple. What about off the open today? 5-minute fair value gap. Retrace. What do we have? Inverse, target, and then obviously, you know, plenty of other taller targets up there on the higher time frames, right? Plenty of buy side points you could have taken. So we can see that we had, it would have hit here nicely. It would have won again here. It would have won again on the re-entry. It would have won again on the short. And there's also another one right here as well. Right? 5-minute fair value gap. Retrace, respect, point of entry, either this inverse or this bullish. Long, targets, plenty of buy side targets higher, right? Whatever you want to target. That's just the model, guys. Retrace and respect. We're looking for a 5 or 15-minute fair value gap to trade back into. We're looking for respect, either buying or selling, depending if you're looking short or long. And then if I'm looking short, I'm looking for an inverse bullish or I'm looking for a bearish formation. If I'm long, I'm looking for an inverse bearish or a bullish. But today, we took a short here, down to the 15. We got right back in on the longs, and that took another short here. That's the model, guys. That is my highest win rate model. And as you can see, a pretty slow, a clear read for the longs today. Pretty slow, choppy, weird action. But if we get our setup, we get our model, we're going to execute it, and we're going to execute all day long. And as you can see, it won once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. The only time I saw a loss was here. But again, if it wins 5 times in a row and it takes 1 loss, are you going to be upset? No. Right? But this is the model here, guys. This is my highest win rate model. I get around a 80% to 78% win rate just by looking at this, right? Again, obviously, in terms of analysis, you do need higher time frame structure. You do need to know how to read, you know, the news, the market, things like that. But in terms of just a strategy or just a pattern per se, a 5 or 15-minute fair value gap, it taps back into it, it respects it, it forms a point of entry, and then you just take it, right? Long or short. It works both ways. But again, very simple day, guys. That is going to be my video, my highest win rate strategy. Again, 5 or 15-minute model, retrace and respect. That is the only setup we take besides an SMT inverse. Only 2 setups we take. When you only have 2 models, you know exactly what you need to see. It's very, very simple to stay disciplined. Yes, you slip up, but when you have exactly what you need to see for your trade, it holds you accountable. Because if you do not take what you wanted to see, then it's not your trade. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, there'll be a link in the bio. But until next time, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.